of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
On to this. New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh. Thought I would look. Jump circle! Jump circle!
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Huh. But like... not the screenshot. Like... okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
This way to the show floor. New features. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh my god. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Reassurance bucket? Merch? Hello? Ed Stanley. Please no screenshots. Office decorations. Infinite hole. Let me see this reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
A whole bucket?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Why are you
I
lying
think
to
that
me?
just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Now you
The
know.
benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
No.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I'm putting this down. I had to carry this? I don't feel reinsured. You know what? Fine. Let me just carry this fuck-ass bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Stepniece?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
Who are stepniece? You know what? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna go.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Where's over here? Opening? There's so much. I just want to look around first before I get into that. You're trying a running mechanic. You know. Let me go back to where I was. Jumping circle!
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
No! Oh my god. Sorry, I was so excited. Jeez. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. I'll say Marcus. Like straight up.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Oh.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If
You
this
don't,
were
but-
the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Epilogue?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
See, a prologue would be better than an epilogue. At least for this game. How am I balancing? Infinite hole, free trophy. What is the infinite hole? Wow. wow. Okay. I'm gonna go. That's the exit. Can you find them? Collect them all. The fuck? Nope. Put the lever, receive your trophy. No steps. Yay!
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I know we're like on the other room, but I'm good. They're calling to me. I don't know why they're calling to me.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I'm a little terrified to go to that one. So let's go through here. The two dark ones. Opening, death.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Seeing you like go out is like really like satisfying.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
What?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, great.
Nope.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Immediately no. Immediately no. Talking about, is it infinite? Is it infinite? Depends on your definition of infinite. No, I'm good. Oh, okay. Now look at that scary room. Hello?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh. What the fuck?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I'm gonna head out. I don't... Yeah, no.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Absolutely.
to move on now?
Yep. Your idea. To... Why the red color scheme now? Oh? Hello.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
What the hell?
sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Oh, my goodness,
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
I
Here
still
we go.
don't.
Version 2.
Oh, my god.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Oh my
Would
god.
it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this
Ultra Deluxe.
is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Are you to the title screen? Is it gonna do? Is it gonna do? Are you to the title screen? Oh. What the fuck? I was expecting, like, get it, cause like, yeah, that's what he comes in the game. Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe. It's a 2. What? Huh? Whew. Huh?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I let it rock.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, He got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh wow. The sequel.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm scared I'm gonna fall in the hole.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Fuck it. Oh my god.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
This fuck-ass bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You know what? F this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I really like this rock.
Still no one was here.
Yes.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh my god.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Oh my god.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Give me the code.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Fuck.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
That's it's so bright. I didn't realize why it was. Oh my god. Am I regretting everything? Absolutely yes. This damn bucket in my hand that I can't let go. I
The
feel like
elevator
I'm
raced
gonna
down,
drop to the hole.
plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
What the fuck you lying?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Oh my god. Shit out my hands, please.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh my god, Mr. Bucket, what are you gonna do? I'm so scared. Oh my god.
The
Is
monitors
that
jumped to
numbers?
life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Okay, now we're just delusional at this point.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do
or not want to do in the
Let's
first place?
get the book out of
These
this.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content.
Get me out of here.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again
Now me and my bucket will go into the bright light. Right? Game.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
It better be. I'm already tired of this bucket
Yes,
now.
they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Why
True,
would
it
you
was
do
a
that?
simple life they envisioned, but it was
Simple?
one they'd lived together, with one another
What?
to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
There's a bucket in that bay.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Are you gonna
Until
drop me in a
finally
hole?
the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to
I'll give it up.
lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he
Yes, I
has such a
can.
precious bucket in his arms. Not while this
Precious?
building has anything to say about it.
Oh my
Stanley
God.
realized he would never again leave this very room. But
Oh.
at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to
Like-
himself. As long as I have my bucket
Can I
with
get
me,
to bed,
right,
though?
I'll be okay, won't I?
I shouldn't
Stanley
have made the
gulped.
bucket. Never mind.
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Find out what. But the end is never the end. Ah! Oh, this is permanent. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I'm not grabbing that fuck-ass bucket. I'm not grabbing that fuck-ass bucket again. Hell no. Whoa. Mission status. Hello. A trophy, probably.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I want a one ending. That's what I want. I want the one ending. I found. Which one over here? Excuse me. Pardon me. I chose. Let's go up. So, what do y'all think of Disney Infinity? I personally love it. What do y'all think about SCVs? That's why I'm no commentary. Oh my god, I can't even speak. I'm usually not commentary. I can't. Is it always shaking his arm? Probably. I just don't know for sure. Bitch. Wait a minute. You know what?